I'll follow along, open up a new file here. I'll teach you another fun new command today. Pretty good. All right, so in pretty much all drawings from here forward, we're probably going to have to add some kind of text. Obviously, you usually need to have some kind of explanation about elements of your drawing. And there's a few different text commands, but the one we're going to learn today is Dtext. So just the letter D, T-E-X-T, and hit Enter. And then looking at our command bar down here, we can see it says Dtext, and it says specify start point of text. So this is where you want your text to appear. So I'll just click randomly here on my screen. Next thing it's asking us for is specify height. So it's at 0.25 now, but I'll just type that in again. And then now the rotation angle, which we're just going to do straight text. If we wanted our text to be rotated, we would punch in an angle, but for now we'll just keep this at 0. And now we can just type our text. And by hitting Enter once, you can add another line. And by hitting Enter twice, we end our command. So, and then also by hitting Enter with our Dtext, it actually creates each line as a separate object. So if I want to move this top one and this bottom one, move those separately. I'll erase all this. Now typically when drawing our text, we are going to draw that in our text layer. So I'm going to go up here to Object and down to Text. And let's say we have a rectangle here. I'm going to draw this in our text layer as well, just so you can see it on the screen. And we want to center our text perfectly in this rectangle. How would we do that? First thing we need to do is find out where our center point is. So I'm just going to draw a little scaffolding line here. So I'll just go right across here. That would be enough, but just for demonstration, I'll go twice. So I have an intersecting point right here. It's also the midpoint of both those two lines. I'll do my Dtext again. Type here. So I'm going to specify this is our midpoint, but before I do that, if we notice here at the bottom here, it says specify start point of text, or, and it gives us two options, J for justify or S for style. We're not going to focus on style today, but we are going to talk about justify. So I'm going to hit J for justify, and now it gives me a whole, look at my mouse here, I got all these crazy options here. And basically, the only ones we're going to use are these two-letter ones, and they all mean something. So T means top, and L means left. So TL, if we wanted to justify to our top left, which would be this corner up here. TC for top center. TR, top right. M would be for middle. So middle's along our middle line here. So we have middle left, middle center, middle right, and then B is for bottom, bottom left, bottom center, bottom right. So we can justify in all these different locations. So if I want to have my text perfectly in the center here, which option would I choose? Anybody?
Middle center?
M, yeah, middle center. So all I have to do is type in MC. And then now I'm going to snap my point here. This time I'll go 0.5 for our text. And our rotation angle, I'll keep it 0. And it's my sample test. Enter twice. And then I can get rid of my scaffolding here. And so now I have my text perfectly centered in this rectangle. All right, so now if I want to rotate text, so let's say I want to have text rotated along this bottom line down here. So I'll run my dtext command again. And this time I'm going to justify, and this would actually be if I rotate my box. Sometimes this takes a little trial and error here, but I'm going to try bottom right. So BR. Specify that as my point here. I'll go 0.25 for my text size. And then rotation, I'm just going to try 90, and let's see what happens. There we go. So it took my text, flipped it up 90 degrees, and then it did my bottom left. So let's say I want to try that again. That wasn't quite the way I wanted it. I wanted to spin all the way around. So instead of 90, why don't I try, say, negative 90? We'll see what happens. So we'll justify again, bottom left. And I'll have this be my center point here. And then this time I'll go negative 90. Let's see if that gives me a little bit more about what I wanted. Absolutely same thing. Question?
Oh, never mind.
Okay. Let's see. All right, so for today's assignment, I give you a lot of the instructor notes, so anything in green you don't need to reproduce, but I tell you what they're all justified. So I'll tell you justified MC, middle center, middle left, and then R means rotate. So you can see a lot of these are justified middle right and rotated 270. There's also a lot of repetitive elements in this assignment, so make sure you create what is repetitive and just do it once, and then use your copy command and copy the rest. And that'll, of course, save you a substantial amount of time. So any questions at all on this? On the dtext command. One other thing on editing dtext. This is important.
Oh, okay.
So let's say sample, I realized I want this to be sample number 1 or something. I want to edit this. If you just double click on it, now I'm editing this, and I can go through here and say sample number 1, and again just enter twice. We'll get rid of that. Same thing with rotated text. I can click on it twice, go through, edit it. And this is just supposed to be wrought like so. So, questions on dtext? Very good.